Greetings, boys and girls, from the Alberta Pepper Lab. Today, we're going to do a lab update. See what I've got growing on. So one thing that I usually neglect to show you guys is the front yard. I've got some climbing flowers down here. You can see there's a couple of them that are starting to flower. They're actually kind of pretty. They're supposed to climb on up this light pole. I've got some flowers in there as well. Along the walkway, I have some cayennes. Some of them aren't doing so well, some of them are doing well, but those are all the cayennes. Moving up, there's a nice one right there with pods on them. Got another one here with some bigger pods like that, which is pretty nice. And a couple more bigger ones. This is a gold nugget tomato that I have growing on. Jeepers, marigolds. That's what those are called. Don't know what most of these flowers are, as I didn't choose them. The wife and the stepmother chose them, but they are quite pretty. Over here I have a couple other tomatoes. I do believe these are cherry tomatoes of one of three types. I have gold nugget, black cherry, and Rideau sweet. I forgot to label these two, so they're going to be a bit of a surprise. Alright, so if we move along to the front of the house, or the back of the house, I mean, I have my hay bales, which are growing things. I got my dill there, I got my arugula there, I got thyme, curry, and oregano right there. This is my basil bale. It does have one tomato that recently got transplanted. This is my failed hydroponic. I'm trying to save it by putting it in the bale because I did not do a good job with the hydroponic, so we'll see if it even survives. Put a couple marigolds in there just for color, but yeah. Here is that tomato that I had in the solo cup. I was trying to see how long I could keep it alive in the solo cup. I just decided to have mercy and plant it in, and it'll be producing potatoes. This is okra right here. This is Tibetan Lhasa pepper. More basil, marigold, and this one I think is Grandpa's Siberian home pepper, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Some red Reuben basil. A lot of these guys lost their labels, so or the labels have washed off, so pretty hard to tell. I think this is a red MOA, and this is, what are you? Red MOA as well. Okay. I got a Dragon Cayenne. That's the bad boy that I ate the other day. Here's another Dragon Cayenne. This is Grandpa's Siberian home pepper. As you can see, it's already getting lots of peppers on the go there. Super chili, always super prolific. This is F2. Trying to stabilize it. I realize that there's already a stabilized variety, but I just want to make my own stable variety of that. So that's F2. Moving along, I do believe this is some sort of ghost. That over there is my Bleeding Borg 9. I have White Ghost over there. These two I'm not too sure about. That one I'm not sure about. That's a Kangstar White Tie. Yellow Reaper. Don't know. Mustard Boot. What's this one? White Ghost. White Ghost. That's another Grandpa Siberian home pepper with peppers on it again. This is, Texas Scotch Bonnet. This is also a Texas Scotch Bonnet. These six running up here are Lemon Habs. These two in the back corner are a jalapeno. And over here I have my Peter Pepper. Yeah, so gonna definitely have to do a review on the Peter Pepper. I just thought it was so funny when I found out about them that I absolutely had to grow it. Okay, so the other side of the walkway there is tomato, unknown variety. I've got my ghost pepper. I have another cayenne, which is growing like awesome awesome pods on it. I wish you could see that. Yeah, there you go. Like, look at that, all gnarly looking and stuff. This is the one I want to save seeds from because it just looks so cool. This is a habanero. Oops. My habanero that wasn't doing very well, and I have to, I don't know. I cut it back drastically and it looks much healthier, but has not yet produced. Moving along, you guys can see Butchzilla down here, and some spots where I had pots earlier this year. But this is Butchzilla. He did shrink. He's not as tall as he was. It used to come up to my nose, and now it doesn't even come up to my chin. So I think he had some problems with the windstorm that we had a little while back. But for whatever reason, as soon as it flowers, I see thrips on it and the flowers die. I'm so sad about that because I was expecting this thing to produce like 100 peppers for me. So yeah, I'm so sad. I mean, I don't want to kill it, but this is not going to be a producer for me this year, which is quite disappointing. All right, so let's move on to the greenhouse. I changed some things up in here, as you can see. In typical YouTube speak. Okay, so these are obviously my tomatoes, summer cherry tomatoes. The only tomatoes that I grew this year were cherry tomatoes and Arduino, which is a nice big tomato. Oh, I also have some quarter century tomatoes, but none of them are in here. I had to go to the store and get cucumbers. Unfortunately, the ones that I grew from seed just did not make it. This is 2 of them planted here. One of them is alive, has a really crappy leaf that I'm going to remove soon. We're in here, we have cayenne, another cayenne. I do believe this is my Dorset Naga right here. This is my contest Dorset Naga. Poor thing. I'm going to put a link to Charles P's channel so that you guys can see what his Dorset Naga is. I'm going to link it to a video where it shows his Dorset Naga right off the hop. And you can see what the difference of an experienced grower can make. Charles really knows his stuff. I'll give him credit there. That guy knows what he's about. Okay, so over in here is my my Fatali, and over here this is these are Scotch Brains. It's the only Super Hots thus far that has produced pods for me. As you can see, there's a bunch of them in there. I'm not going to show them all to you, but yeah. So far, Scotch Brains are the only Super Hots that are producing pods. I have had bad luck with Super Hots thus far. I wanted to find out which ones will grow in my short season. As you guys know, by the name of my channel, I am in Alberta, Canada. So I just have a very short growing season. So it's all learning. It's all learning. Oh, wow, that thing is hot. It's got to be at least 30 degrees in there. Okay, moving on to my favorite flower bed. I just love how this thing looks, man. These are not pumpkins. I've kept saying they were pumpkins. The mother-in-law speaks zero English, and when she gave me these seeds, she said pumpkin, but they are not. Check this out. Look at this guy right here. This is some kind of squash. I don't know what it is. The translator won't translate very well for that variety, but I'm just going to call it Chinese squash for now. Right in here, these guys here, those are my magic beans. They grow purple and turn green when you cook them. Super duper nifty. Here's another Scotch Brains. As you can see, like all my Scotch Brains plants are putting out pods, and this one in particular is like super cool looking. I really like the way that one's looking and have high hopes for it. Okay, moving along, you guys can see my failures here. This is cauliflower, and they did not make it. Got another little marigold over there, but these did not make it. This area gets most of the sun for this flower bed. Like, most of the sun hits this side, so I think they might have been a little bit light sensitive. This is the only one that survived, and as you can see, like, it's not it's not doing well. I don't know if it's getting choked out or if it's the sun or what, but that one's having a bad day. These are beans that were given to me by a friend of the family. I have no idea what variety they are. Or actually, these are green beans. These are green beans. Those ones there were given to me by a friend of the family. Okay, so zucchinis running along back here, looking great. These are different kind of bean. Not sure what variety they are. I was just given some beans by a friend of the family and decided to grow them to see if I like them. And this variety here, I'll be honest, I don't even remember what kind of beans those were, so that'll be interesting to see what they come up with. Down there, we've got my ornamental kales, which, man, I gotta say, I just love the way they're colored. They bring a lot of color to the flower bed and make it look really good. But this I just love this flower bed. That is my favorite thing that I've done this summer. Okay, so this big boy right here, this monstrosity, you can see how small my hand is in comparison to that thing. That is allegedly a dwarf tomato. I don't believe it. It's called a quarter century, and apparently it is a dwarf tomato, but yeah. Okay, so moving along, I've got some Chinese spinach here. More ornamental kale. Just mainly different types of lettuce. These here are beets, and I tell you, my beets have taken a licking. I have no idea what's wrong. I might have some type of bug or something. Up there is the Swiss chard, and those leaves, it's the same deal with those leaves. Let's see if we can get you in there to, ooh, whoa. Oh, that wasn't good. Okay, there's the leaves. As you can see, they're kind of nasty looking, and I don't know if I really want to harvest them or not. I don't know. I've never grown this stuff before, so we'll have to see how that goes. But that's that flower bed. This is just a house plant that I put outside. Had to take all of the plants outside as I had a couple types of pests and did not want to have to deal with them again this winter. Okay, so I got a little herb garden going on here. There is sage, parsley, apple mint, which I really like this apple mint. And down in here, harder to see, is lemon balm. I just ate a leaf of it, and man, it sure does taste like lemon. And of course, I've got thyme in here, really flowering out, going crazy. But yeah, that's what I got going on there. Okay, I got chocolate bootla. This is a red MOA, my contest red MOA, which so far has only produced one pod. And yeah. Okay, I have my St. Thomas Bane with a red pod on it, so I'm going to have to eat that. This one, I don't even know. Oh, this is a yellow boot. Oh, Mongo, you just have to have your cameo every time, don't you? Okay. Right, so over here, this is a Scotch Brains. This is the contest Scotch Brains. And it's, producing pods, like I said. Scotch Brains are the only super hot that I've gotten this year. All right, moving along, we have another cayenne. No, this is Bird's Eye Thai. This was a mystery pepper plant. And thanks to the PLC, and most notably, JT Bear, we figured out that this is a Bird's Eye Thai. So this one is solved. We know what it is. It's no longer a mystery. This is another chocolate bootla. I went crazy trying to get chocolate bootlas this year, and none of them are doing anything. Might have them in too small of pots. I am not sure. This here is my basket of fire. Love this plant. This is the F2. This particular F2 has grown very small pods, so I'm not too happy with that. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll be able to, breed it out, but so far it's not looking good. This right here is my cross. This is, whatchamacallit, Jamaican hot chocolate crossed with super chili. And I really like it. The pods are chocolatey until they turn red, which is pretty nifty. Okay, moving along. This is a mystery plant, but if you look at the leaves, there's a significant difference there. I don't know. Can you guys identify it by those leaves? We do have some pods coming in like this right here. This one right there, that's, let's get that off of there. There we go. A little pod coming in, so we're going to find out what that one is shortly. Here is another mystery, which has some odd-shaped pods. Don't know, maybe it's a jalapeno or something. Not too sure. This is another cayenne with a ripe pod. Going to have to harvest that one soon. These cayennes are different. These ones grow just straight. Just like straight cayennes. A couple of them are curvy, but most of them grow very straight on that plant, which is interesting to say the least. Here's my big old white ghost, which was on the verge of death, and I brought it back to life. So far, no pods. And in here I have just strawberries and one raspberry there. Hopefully we can get some fruit. And then the last bed I have to show you is chives, onions, unknown plant, potato, chives. I got my peas all staked up there. This was a mystery, turned out to be jalapeno. That is a Bootjalokia. This one is a white ghost. This is a Kangstar white tie, and I'm super happy to announce that we have a pod on it. So I will at least be able to get seed from it this year. Hopefully it produces. It seems to have a bunch of little nubs on it, but we'll see how it turns out. That one right there is an orange boot. These are some lettuce that I just kind of threw in. Lettuce, a couple of them there. This one I do believe is a Dorset, if I'm not mistaken. This is a second Dorset, and this is a chocolate bootla. This one I think is a yellow boot, but I'm not too sure. And that's another jalapeno, which was a mystery plant, but we solved that problem. All right, well, there's Mongo again. Look at her sitting all regal and stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, that about does it for today. So the Chinese word of the day is xie xie. Put the lettering up here. That basically means thank you. So now you've learned how to say thank you in Mandarin, which is xie xie. Anyways, hope you guys are having a great day. Bye-bye.